we taste this without the Hey, by the way, those of you runabout racers. Hey, by the way, all you runabouts from that last race, you need to report the technical inspection. All runabouts from that last race, you need to report the technical inspection. Thank you. Hey, Don.
Hey, Mikey.
Guess what? You know, I got my friend Mike Bartolomeo, who's racing down there, and John Francavilla gave us some Optimal Racing shirts to give out. How we doing down there, Joe McKenna? Good to see you, Joe. Smoking Joe. So we got some Optimal Racing T-shirts to give out. Now, hey, Don, should we ask a trivia question?
We should. What would you like to ask?
A trivia question. Maybe it should be a sport trivia question.
Ooh, okay. Wait for it. All right, he's a mechanic now.
Okay.
He's a mechanic now, but he used to be quite the wicked sport national. Oh, dadgum, you guys are fast.
Ken Waddle. Ken Waddle's a winner.
Good job, Ken.
He says throw it to somebody else who will ask another question.
Okay. Oh, there's something I didn't know.
Wow, I didn't know that either.
All right, so what boat was originally made for two people? Sport boat.
What sport boat was originally made for two people? What'd you say, Skillet? SPX. No, sport boat. That's a runabout.
What sport boat was originally made for two people?
I see him down there. X2. That's correct. X2. Team Mean, you got a T-shirt coming. You got an Optimal Racing T-shirt coming. Now, should we do some more sport trivia? We got one more T-shirt to give away.
Sure.
All right, who could tell me this? Who could tell me what pro sport rider won a world title while he was riding for Dallas and Mike Baker at ProTech? What I hear? McCluggage, that's correct. McCluggage, that is correct. So Rich Taylor, you got a T-shirt coming, and Team Mean, you got a T-shirt coming. Oh, that was you. That was Cam. All right. Jay Fish, are you collecting for Team Mean?
All right, you guys, Sport GP coming at you next. On the line, he's sponsored by Fly Racing, Pilot, Flying J, Pirelli, KTM, Jetlift, Silkline, Ross, Jet Dynamics, Rad Dudes, DZ Graphics, Liquor Performance, FMF, Renegade, Scat Track, Dragon, K&N Filters, Tubeless, and Rad Manufacturing, Sunstar, Pro Watercraft Racing.com. Boat number 2, Kelly Smith.
Sunstar makes sprockets. He's got a sprocket in that thing. All right, boat number 08 coming to us from Landrum, South Carolina. Riding for Jet Pilot, HydroTurf, Fly Racing, Scat Track, Hot Products, and Bullet Racing. That is Devin Walker.
Out of Naples, Florida, he rides for Weight, Shape, and Performance, Inked Vinyl, Exotic Signs, Broward Motorsports. Boat number 12, Chad Eggleston.
Boat number 13 comes to us from Cooper City, Florida, already with one world title under his belt this weekend. Rides for Broward Motorsports, Exotic Signs, Judge Motorsports, ISOL Fox, and Metrosil Paints. That is Sam Nemi.
Out of Naples, Florida, we got a home product right here on the line. He's sponsored by Wade Chapin Performance, Hamilton Customs, Broward Motorsports, Exotic Signs, and Extreme Throttle. Boat number 14X, Keith Dill.
And also out of Naples, Florida, riding the top of Yamaha for Fast Elements, H2O Designs, Rad Dudes, and Absolute Performance. 18 is Sean Reynolds.
Out of Mims, Florida, sponsored by KC Whitetails, Novatech, Exotic Signs, Jet Pilot, and TDR. Boat number 72, Johnny Smith.
And boat number 77 out of Osteen, Florida, riding for OptimalRacing.com, Judge Motorsports, HydroTurf, Jet Pilot, K&N, and Scat Track, Glenn Young.
He is out of Graham, North Carolina, sponsored by OptimaRacing.com, ADA, Raceski.com, and K&N Filters. Boat number 99, it's Mike Bartolomeo.
And out of Christmas, Florida, with 3 previous world titles, riding for the Anderson Clan, the Walker Racing, Full Throttle Energy Drinks. On the Triple Aces, Richard Taylor.
Comes from Madison, Mississippi, sponsored by Judge Motorsports, Jet Trim, Jet Pilot, Scat Track, R&D, Riva Racing. It's the Triple Aces of Billy Dearman.
And out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, riding the top of Sea-Doo, sponsored by Team Faith Fly Racing. Flying J, Pirelli, KTM, Jet Lift, Amsoil, Wiseco, ProWatercraftRacing.com. Rad Dragon, Jet Dynamics, Guts, Circa, Sunstar, SSID Decals, Ross Products, M&M Marine, K&N, Liquid Performance, Tubeless, and Shades of Gray. It's 316 Brian O'Rourke.
And out of Bel Air Beach, Florida, sponsored by Stay and Play Marina Resort, Bad Boys Racing, boat number 375, Robert C.S.
And rounding out your field of competitors on boat number 910 out of Cumming, Georgia, riding for GP Performance, RGR Motorsports, and Atlanta Hydro Image, Jeff McPhail. That rounds out your field for race number 9, and we have got a lot of riders down there, Dawn.
Yeah, we're really close to a full gate here.
All right, so your tower director, Nick Handler, letting everybody know they need to move up to the rubber band. A lot of guys trying to slingshot those starts, Don. And we know that that's illegal. You can't do that.
No, you need to be 2.5 feet from the line is the official call for, at least 2 feet back. Okay, so I'm mathematically challenged. 18 inches from the line.
There we go. We are off and away, headed toward turn number 1, and it looked like Nemi on the inside.
Nemi repeating his winning ways from yesterday.
I see Richard Taylor in second on the outside. Uh-oh, the red flag's coming out. So, yeah, it's going to be tough to get all of these Sport GP boats off at once. You know, we've seen the dreaded red in this class many times this season here in 2015.
Yeah, a little bit of a recap. That looked like that was Billy Dearman with the whole shot on the outside. Unfortunately, not going to count as we bring him back on a red flag infraction. You'll get that red flag for a couple of things. If you are premature acceleration, that will be costly. Now, that's that brand new boat that Jeff McPhail was talking about that they just got built, that 910, Mike. That was the one I was curious about down there as they were clearing out that engine. Great start for him, though.
That is a loud boat.
It is loud.
Loud and proud. Well, the sun's starting to come back out, but as we look to the north of us, it looks very threatening, Don Dawson.
Yeah, shush. All right, looks like they're going to call that infraction on Keith Dill, Mike.
Oh, tough break there for Keith Dill, local product, and making his comeback to racing after taking several years off. Lives right here in Naples. Once again, for those of you riders down online that can hear us up there, make sure that you hold your line on the way to turn number 1. Hold your line on the way to turn number 1. Little reminder there from your race directors sitting up here on the tower, and they are watching. You know, you talk about a lot of people coming out of retirement for this one. Robert Cias from Bel Air Beach, Florida, riding for Stay and Play Marina Resort, and Bad Boys Racing. His coming back after about 13, 14 years. And Robert, former owner of the Hot Water Tour here in Florida, along with his cousin Pete Kosinski. So it looks like we're just about ready to reboot them back up here. It's the Sport GP race number 9, and I believe we've got 11 on tap for today.
Billy Dearman with another great start on that outside split.
I see part of the rubber band halfway down the track there. It's going to be Nemi on the inside, but the red flag's coming out, even though Dearman and again Taylor on the outside, but the red flag is coming out.
Oh man!
So a tough break because Dearman and Nemi had both hole shotted from each side.
And now Johnny Smith, you could tell a little bummed out about that because he had such a great start, was coming out of that inside right behind Sam Nemi. And unfortunately, once again, that is not going to count. All right, so right now at the Pro Watercross World Championship, you are watching one of the bigger classes, not the biggest class, though. We've seen it be huge this year on the National Tour, and that is the Sport GP class. And, man, I got to tell you, it is crazy action. We've already had 2 red flag starts, Mike, and that's just our first moto.
Well, and I'll tell you what, that last red flag, I'm over hearing some chatter going on in the background right now, and it looks like the rubber band that was on the outside pole may not have been tight enough because it actually caught on to the second guy from the outside, and that's why the band split in half. So I don't know if there's going to be any penalties for this one or not, but Keith Dill will still have the penalty for the first jump start. Yeah,
so still going to be a tough break for him. It also sounded like that rubber band maybe got wrapped around somebody. That was Carson, by the way, who had a cameo. That was pretty cute. By the way, that's our
that's
additional
Rick
race director.
That's Rick Ignacio.
That is not Rick Ignacio. You're the worst. That's Rick
Ignacio. Hi, Ricky.
Oh, my gosh. Special thanks to Rick, by the way, from Streaming Live 24/7, who's been bringing us all the great stream action. We're out on the track.
All right, you see that little knot right there in the middle of the band on the outside?
Yeah.
Well, the last time that it went, it kind of slowed it down, and that was one of the reasons for that. So we're just going to cut that off real quick, and we'll be back with our third restart.
Scott Hike, up to his usual antics down there on the line. A gentleman that, you know what, he can just never have a bad day. Guy is way too much fun. So they're going to get that fixed right away for you, and we will come right back to the start for the Sport GP. Meanwhile, special thanks to Broward Motorsports. Just take this opportunity to give some of the acknowledgments for our great sponsors. By the way, we've got some additional sponsorships that we'll be talking about tomorrow, and that's going to be the Dominator Award, brought to you by Full Spectrum. The Whole Shot Award, one of those is going to go to Full Spectrum, and a Whole Shot Award from Shark Energy, and another one from Slippery. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow.
Yeah, as soon as we know.
Well, I know. I just haven't told you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Keeping secrets.
You know how I am.
Okay, looks like we've got our band issues worked out down there.
I hate it when we have issues.
Unless it's issues of Pro Rider.
All right, so we still have 3 more races. Sport GP, which is what you're watching, just about to come back out of the gate for the 3rd time. Race number 10, that's going to be Pro-Am Runabout Open, and then our final race going to be Pro-Am Ski GP today.
All right, folks, here we go again. Let's try this again. Hopefully that 3rd time is going to be a charm. Well, it looks like Bill Dearman on the outside, Sam Nemi on the inside, and this start looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that's a three-peat of what happened the first two times. However, Johnny Smith, who had started second in the the start prior to, back at third. Meanwhile, looks like Glenn Young up in the hunt as well, Mike.
Yeah, Sam Nemi going to go ahead, grab the hole shot. It's going to be followed by Bill Dearman, Glenn Young, Richard Taylor on boat number 111. Here comes Johnny Smith, but Kelly Smith able to get a hold of get in front of Johnny Smith. So that'll put Johnny back there in the 6th spot.
7th place going to be Bartolomeo, and Devin Walker up at 9th. Going to be Keith Dill, who had to start with that dead engine back in 10th place. That is going to be your rundown as we start our first lap.
And meanwhile, it looked like we had a rider go down over here left-hand side of the track, getting a tow back from Icy Mike. And not quite sure who that is. We'll try to give you a number as we find him.
Yeah, we were just talking about how fast Sam Nemi's boat is and how fast Sam Nemi's on that boat, currently leading in the Sport GP class. And that's been the story for him most of the year this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've lined that boat up very tight right there that Nemi's on. And, I hope I don't want to jinx him at all, but that boat has broke down before in this GP class.
I'll tell you who else is on the move, gentlemen, that won the national tour. So you got Billy Dearman in second, who's got a national title. You also got Kelly Smith, who has now moved up into third, passing Glenn Young. Glenn, by the way, with a national title last year at Sport GP, and just been plagued with boat problems this year. Fortunately, seems to have got most of them worked out, at least back out on the track. And you're watching the third lap now for the Sport GP.
Well, once again, we're going to need race number 10. Race number 10, Pro Runabout Open. Please report to the starting line. Pro Runabout Open. We need you to please report to the starting line. Sam Nemi trying to extend that lead over 111, Bill Dearman, and they've got a lapped rider in between first, second now. Taylor's still running in third, but he finds some clean water on the inside split on that C2HX.
So both Sam Nemi and Billy Dearman with a ton of real estate between them. Richard Taylor still on the move out of that 08 boat as a gentleman that went down, Devin Walker. Kelly Smith, the boat on the number 2, is actually in third. Glenn Young fourth, and Johnny Smith in fifth. Johnny, who looked so great in the surf this year, Pensacola.
Whoa, and yeah, just as you said that, Johnny goes down, and yellow flags are coming out as Smith goes down over here in a bad spot, right over there in that turn.
Got one of our course marshals over there getting him back over to his boat. Pretty high-speed dismount for him, Mike. Meanwhile, your race leader all the way over on the left-hand side of the track, choosing to take that outside split.
Sam Nemi getting past some lap traffic there. It looks like Brian O'Rourke having some issues with that HX that he is on as he goes a lap down with the yellow flag still flying, and Johnny Smith trying to get rebooted over there on the right-hand side of the track. Tough break for Johnny Smith. Kelly Smith, boat number 2, has advanced up into that 4th place position with Glenn Young, boat number 77, rounding out your top 5. Top 3 have not changed, with Nemi out in front, followed by Dearman and Richard Taylor running 3rd. Once again, we need the Pro-Am Runabout Open class. Please report to the starting line. Pro-Am Runabout Open class, we need you to the starting line. Race number 10 and race number 11, Pro-Am Ski GP, stand by.
Back on the track, Sam Nemi continuing this lead. Gentleman that got a national title this year on our tour. Him and his son both racing on the national tour, also our title sponsor for the World Championships. Man, the gentleman behind him, glad he finally got cleared by the doctor to come and race. all of those crazy injuries out of our ATV accident that happened a couple of months ago. And man, Jeff McPhail gets the loudest boat out there award on the boat number 910.
Keith Dill tried to work his way through the pack, right-hand side of the track, after having to start with a dead engine. Meanwhile, your leader's top left-hand side of the track enters the split, opts for the outside. Sam Nemi trying to extend that lead that he has right now over Bill Dearman. Dearman again on boat number 111X. And boat number 111 right behind him, that is Richard Taylor in that third place position. And the white 111 is second place. The maroon 111 is third place for those of you folks that are watching it at home. Take you a little further back as the halfway flags come up. We are 6 minutes down, 6 to go, and Kelly Smith going to be in that fourth place position on boat number 2, and here comes fifth place Glenn Young, and Young putting down Jeff McPhail a lap down, and it looks like Keith Dill has actually advanced all the way up into that sixth place position. So Keith, after starting with a dead engine, has really come a long way.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Kelly Smith actually started to work backwards. I'm just kind of wondering if something going on with the cylinder. It does seem like he's starting to lose some power on that boat. Just an unusual thing to see Kelly not up there in that top 3 position. But currently the top 3, Sam Nemi, Billy Dearman, and Richard Taylor.
You know, speaking of Sam, while he's out in front, I would like to say a very special thanks to his business.
Oh my gosh, Sam Nemi went down, Mike. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, tough break for Sam, right-hand side of the track, and the yellow flag's coming out, you know, and we got a lot of action. Uh-oh. Now Devin Walker is out right here on the front straightaway. Rich Taylor looked like he had hit the brakes, but Bill Dearman moves into first place. Rich Taylor into second, Kelly Smith into third, and I believe that's Glenn Young that is actually moving up into fourth. So I'll tell you, that water really starting to chop up. You know, you would think with all the beachfront here that the waves would kind of absorb. Instead, it's actually got a reverse effect as it's hard-packed sand, and it's actually reverbing back out onto the track. And with this many boats, things are getting sloppy out there. So a tough break for Sam Nemi, who was on fire this week so far. Earlier this week, was leading every lap until till he thumbed the clip and pulled the pin, and that thing grenaded.
Yeah, it certainly did. Oh, you know, we had just talked about that too, and he had already had such a great run going. This is moto number 1, so I've got a chance to come back at it, but at this point, it looks like he's just going to get a tow hook. Tough break for Sam Nemi. Heart goes out to him, gentlemen. That is our title sponsor from Broward Motorsports. Meanwhile, good break for Billy Dearman and Richard Taylor, and then Kelly Smith in third.
And Johnny Smith behind him, trying to gain a lap back, but unfortunately, you know, went down, and the crew got past him. Now Keith Dill starting to pressure Glenn Young, boat number 14 and 77, as they work onto the right side of the track.
Okay, so Glenn Young in fourth and Keith Dill in fifth.
So Billy Dearman, Mr. Steady Eddie out there on the track is making it happen. But look out, now here comes a challenge from Rich Taylor, as Taylor, coming from the inside, has closed the gap to within a second and a half.
Yeah, it certainly has, and Dearman having to work his way through that lap traffic allowed Taylor to move even closer. And Dearman not done with the lap traffic either, so keep your eyes on the right-hand side of that track between the two triple ace boats.
And still a lot of time to go left in this one, as I haven't seen the 2-card come up yet.
Got our Pro-Am Runabout Open class. We still have some great premier classes coming at us. The Runabout Open next, and we still have Ski GP, which is going to be our final class for today.
Awesome racing here at Sugden Regional Park. Thank you, Naples, Florida, for hosting the 2015 Broward Motorsports Pro Watercross World Championships, brought to you by Yamaha. Man, old Jeff McPhail, that sounds like an old Cessna flying by, don't it?
We've been commenting about, now it's a brand new boat for him, but I'm telling you, it sounds like something's going bad with that, a coupler or something going on. Seems like a whole lot of growling. All right.
And look at this. Rich Taylor taking the lead as Bill Dearman had lap traffic to contend with on that outside split, and Rich Taylor making that inside, and the clean water work for him. Kelly Smith on the deuce, still in that second place position. And I'm looking at the battle between Glenn Young and Keith Dill, and it looks like Keith Dill still pressing Glenn Young on the bottom left-hand side of the track, as we are actually now less than 1 minute to go. Or as I should say, 1 minute, less than 1 minute plus 1 lap to go. By the way, I'd like to say a very special thanks to Mike and Jimmy Wilson. Gave us some wristbands to give away right before, not this next race, but the race after that, race number 11, which is our Pro Ski GP, Pro-Am Ski GP. And we got a lot of riders coming up in that one, folks. Again, for those of you folks listening in on the live stream, we sure do appreciate you guys being with us as a part of the Visit West Virginia live stream. White flag is now coming out for your leader, Rich Taylor.
Man, it's crazy how much can change on these races. We started out, when you do the little recap, it was the kind of Sam Nemi show on all 3 of those starts, but unfortunately something came unwound in that engine, and that cost him that position, and Billy Dearman also. And I'm just kind of wondering if that rehab and still having to deal with those issues from that ATV accident may be playing a factor in this flat water.
I don't know. You know, to me, he had 2 lappers in front of him. They went to the outside. Those lappers slowed him down. And Richard he didn't have anybody in front of him. And I really think that could have been a difference, because Billy was telling me that he was completely healthy. Meanwhile, Keith Dill getting a pass on Glenn Young right now, and I believe that's for 4th. So Keith Dill out of Naples, trying to make Naples proud. Got a lot of Naples locals here racing today.
Yeah, we really did. You had quite a few riders. Chad Eggleston, Keith Dill, of course, Sean Reynolds, just to name drop a few. Keith Dill, by the way, a gentleman that had raced back in the 90s. You familiar with him even back then when you were announcing. Great to have him back with us. Checker flag, Mike.
Yeah, that's it. How about it for Richard Taylor, ladies and gentlemen? Richard Taylor will take the checkered flag out of Christmas, Florida. Sponsored by the Anderson Clan, Walker Racing, and Full Throttle Energy Drinks.
And be Billy Dearman for 2nd place on the Triple Aces as well. Kelly Smith taking 3rd. Kelly sponsored by Fly Racing, Pilot, and Flying J.
And 4th place now coming out of the outside split, boat number 14, Keith Dill. Once again, everything you hear from us is unofficial. This is the way that we see it from the Tower of Power. Great job there by Keith Dill, working his way through the pack after starting with a dead engine. And rounding out, looks like Glenn Young having problems on this final lap, and he has been plagued with problems this season too, man. What a tough break.
I just hate seeing that. A guy that dominated so much on the national tour last year and dominated over and over and over again, to have so many problems. It's got to be beyond frustrating for him. Heart goes out to Glenn Young. Meanwhile, we've got Pro-Am Runabout Open down on the line.
You know that he's pushing the envelope, and you can see he's a little disparaged down there on the far left-hand side of the track.
Funny how the heart can be deceiving, more than
So once again, coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Pro-Am Runabout Open class. Fastest Pro-Am Runabout GP class, rather. I'm sorry.
What he said.
Pro-Am Runabout Open. Actually, this is the Open class. The next class is a GP class. And we were talking about that, you know, Open and GP, pretty much the same thing.
Well, either one's open your wallet. All right, down on the line for Pro-Am Runabout Open. He's out of Naples, Florida. Sponsored by Sea-Doo, Jet Tribe, HydroTurf, Villain Clothing, Riva, Nutrition Elite, Inked Vinyl. It is boat number 4, Arminio, Iantasca.
Boat number 21, coming to us from Charleston, West Virginia, riding for Hidden Trails Motorsports, Black Star, National Guard, Jet Tribe, Riva, Jet Trim, Sea-Doo, and Judge Motorsports. That is Cameron Frame.
Also out of Charleston, West Virginia, sponsored by Hidden Trails Motorsports, Black Star, National Guard, Jet Tribe, Riva, Jet Trim, Sea-Doo, and Judge Motorsports. And it's his brother, 21X, Trey Frame.
And coming to us from Kuwait City, Kuwait, riding atop of Yamaha. Sponsored by Dean's Team, Factory Yamaha, Riva Racing, and the KSR team, boat number 30, Abdullah Al-Fidel.
Out at Tupelo, Mississippi, sponsored by Judge Motorsports, Oakley, Sea-Doo, Slippery Wetsuits, and Jet Lift, boat number 114, Claude Clayton.
And coming to us out of Cambridge, United Kingdom, riding for the Sea-Doo Center, BRP, Jet Tribe, and 158 Performance. It is Lord James, the Duke of Cambridge, James Bushell.
Out of West Palm Beach, Florida, sponsored by Deems Team and Yamaha. Boat number 227 is Dustin Cherrier.
And I believe Dustin Cherrier is going to be holding for Al-Fidel.
Right.
He's opted out of this one.
I know, I looked down, I was like, wait, Dustin.
Yeah, so Arminio Iantasca is also changed boats. He is not on boat number 4. He is on boat number 12 out there. Naples local. And hey, I'd like to say a special thanks to the Iantasca family for being such great hosts here in Naples. I think everybody in the pits has ate at Mamma Mia's at least once this week.
Oh my gosh. So much fun. Really do appreciate their warm hospitality. Mamma Mia's. We love you. By the way, I have the story behind the name on that, which I had never heard before, but I talked to Josephine, and she had said that they were pregnant with, she was pregnant with Christina when they named the restaurant.
Oh.
My Mama.
Aw.
Just saying. I love the backstories on that.
Yeah, the backstories are always good.
Is Cameron down there talking smack talk to his brother, Trey?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, which one's the older brother? Ah, Trey's the older brother.
Which one's the faster brother? I knew they'd do
I knew
that.
that was going to happen. Of course. Who's cleaning the trailer tonight? I bet they point at their holders. Waddle says, no, man, I already got the BMS trailer to clean.
That's awesome. I see Cameron down there going international with Jared Moore holding. I like it. All right, Mike, looks like we're going to scoot him up a little bit closer. I like the way that boat's tricked out on James Bushell's machines. Great. First time I got a chance to see him this year. Awesome.
I'll tell you what, he is quick.
He always has been quick.
4 world titles.
His hair's not as spiky as it was 2 years ago. All right, looks like we are ready to fire these guys up. As Mike likes to say, this is one of those you really do need to put your tray tables in the locked and upright position. Otherwise, we're just going to blow them out of the door.
Yeah, that's right. Here we go.
Oh, my. Actually, Arminio had the quicker reflex time, but James Bushell flying out of the hole. Mike, what's up?
Yeah, the red flags are coming out. Dreaded red. You know, in these classes here, we're going to see a lot of red flags. Hopefully, we won't see them tomorrow when they're on CBS Sports.
Wow. Just watching the acceleration on that 158 boat. Hello.
All right, so they'll bring him back to the line, repack, restack, re-rack, and we'll restart this one all over again. Race number 10, Pro-Am Runabout Open. All right, folks, here we go. Once again, Pro-Am Runabout Open. This is race number 10.
Okay, Mike, looks like they did actually call Arminio Iantosca with a red engine start, so he's got to start with a dead engine.
Yeah, Iantosca, tough break for Iantosca in his hometown, having to start with a dead engine, and it looked like also he had to switch boats, went from 4 to 12. Not quite sure what happened there.
No, he's having engine problems. He actually had to replace the engine on that. Meanwhile, outside split, once again, Bushel on the throttle.
Yeah, it looks like Abdullah Al-Fadel from the inside. It's in England, Kuwaiti Bay battle right now as they head down the front straightaway. It's going to be Bushy out in front, followed by Al-Fadel, and it looks like Trey Frame, Claude Clayton running 3 and 4.
Cameron up in 5th, and Arminio Iantosca now in the unenviable position of playing catch-up with that dead engine start.
Yeah, and that's a tough road to hoe, especially with this much talent out there in this field. You know, it's great to have Bushel come over from the United Kingdom. He was dominant on the tour a couple years ago, and didn't come to the tour last year. So it's great to have him back here at the Broward Motorsports Pro Watercross World Championship.
Yeah, and you can certainly see why he's one of the crowd favorites. Already first lap down, he's looking like he is 20, 25 boats ahead of Abdullah Al-Fadel. And that's the first time I've seen somebody pull away from Abdullah all year.
Yeah, this guy knows how to put the smack down, no doubt about it. And you can see he is kicking the tires and lighting the fires as he works left to right in front of you.
So Abdullah on the number 30 boat, gentlemen, that has won 3 national titles. In second place, it's Trey Frame out of Hid Trails Motorsports in 3rd.
And it looks like you still got Claude Clayton and Cameron Frame in the 4th and 5th spot. Again, we need race number 11, the final race of the day. Please work your way down to the starting line. That's going to be our Pro-Am Ski GP. Pro-Am Ski GP, please report down to the starting line.
All right, back out James Bushel, who is a past world champion. Also, as Mike had talked about, 4-time world champion, as well as a national champion currently dominating this first moto for Pro-Am Runabout Open.
Yeah, James Bushel trying to check out on Abdullah Al-Fadel. And Al-Fadel working bottom right-hand side of the track, and through that chicanery section, he goes top right-hand side of the track, still with Frame right back there in the 3rd place position. And Frame, I believe this is only his 2nd race this year, and still doing very good here in this Pro-Am Runabout Open class.
Yeah, Mike, Trey Frame actually is one of the owners for Hidden Trails Motorsports, him and, of course, his brother Cameron. And you know what? They had to open a brand new dealership this year and expand on another dealership. And, you know, with all the work going on, there was just no way that we could possibly do that and do the national tour. Something had to give, and wisely they decided to work on the business. Meanwhile, back out when we take a look, it is Bushel, who is starting to open his own Naples postal code out here on the right-hand side of the track.
Yeah, we'll let you know how far Bushel is ahead of Al-Fadel as your 2 leaders, the only riders over here on the right-hand side of the track right now. 14.9 second lead. 14.9 second lead for James Bushell. You know, when I was over in the United Kingdom and over in Norway a little earlier this year, I was watching Bushy do that same type of thing. However, you know that obviously that boat is wound tighter than a squirrel on Prozac. So keep your eyes on him. We don't want to see him thumb the clip and pull the pin.
Yeah, what Mike's trying to say is this sometimes can be a race of attrition because when they put these boats on the edge like that, when they are tuning them where they are going crazy speeds, but unfortunately they are also pretty likely to implode. So it has not been unusual for us to see a race start with 18 boats out on the line and go all the way down to less than a dozen.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that many times before over the years here, especially in the GP and the open classes.
All right, again, Bushell leading. Abdullah Al-Fadel, your three-time national champion, in second place.
So again, we need our race number 11, the Pro-Am Ski GP class. We need you down to the starting line. James also a winner, a Sea-Doo Bounty winner, the Bounty program that the BRP has every year. Yeah, I think he's won it twice, actually.
I do too, yeah. I think
that happens at a race out west where they put all the Sea-Doo racers together and put them all out there, all the best from all over the world. And James has taken it home twice. I know Eric Lagopoulos, who was here earlier this week, had taken it a couple times.
You actually read my mind on that. Yeah, Eric loves to go out there and take the Sea-Doo bound. He's done really well. Gentleman that's on that front stretch is your current third-place rider, Trey Frame. Fourth, 114, Claude Clayton.
Yeah, and Bushell, like us on Monday, Dawn, starting to check out of this one.
Yeah, he's going to make this a snoozer if they could keep that boat together. But I can tell you, Bushell's got a pretty tough team working underneath that hood. James Bushell, sponsored by Sea-Doo Center, BRP, Jet Tribe, and 158 Performance. Meanwhile, Pro-Am Ski GP, I need to have you down the line. Don't see anybody yet, so I need to start having my Pro-Am Ski GP.
Yeah, let's open up the encyclopedia on James a little bit. Again, he actually owns 158 Performance, which is located over there in the United Kingdom, outside Nottingham. And they're not only like Sea-Doo dealers, but they're also, I found out, Scarab dealers, and they're going to the Scarab boat. The boat place right here in Sarasota, right up the street here, and they're going to hang out there for 3 days and get VIP'd on some Scarab boats after they leave here. How cool is that?
No way.
And I'm sure that Steve Bushell is listening in back home, watching his boy out here, Steve from SB Components, and one of the most gracious hosts I've ever been affiliated with over there at the Doncaster event. Steve, a big shout out to all of us up here who are sweating our donkeys off in Naples.
We miss you, buddy. Wish you could be here. All right, I do want to remind you, we got the Naples Boat Show happening downtown October 3rd and 4th, 2015. Come and join us in water and on land, the Naples City Dock. Come to the boat show. All right, back out on the water as the courtesy flag's out. Now halfway, Mike.
Exactly, yeah. That's only 6 minutes, folks. 6 minutes plus a lap to go, and Al-Fadel actually looks like he's saving the boat a little bit. You know, it doesn't look like he's on the throttle. He knows where he stands right now, and you know what he's hoping for.
I know.
Some divine intervention or boom.
Yeah, boom. Yep, that is exactly. Looked like a Trey Frame, unfortunately. What happened there?
Boom.
Yeah, boom. Got a tow hook. All right, yeah. And that's going to put Claude Clayton in third. Cameron Frame going to also start to benefit from that in fourth place. Meanwhile, Bushell starting to lap traffic.
All right, well, the green flag's out. The course is somewhat clear as we try to clean up that yard sale here on the bottom left-hand side of the track. Course Marshal Randy giving in Trey Frame a ride in. Folks, how about a nice round of applause for Trey Frame out there competing this weekend. It's a tough road to hoe coming all the way down from Charleston, West Virginia, and have to come in on the gaff.
Yep, and big hug for him. These are guys that actually helped sponsor the national tour this year. They were our title sponsor. Big hug for the guys from Hidden Trails Motorsports. I can't even believe we're just now halfway through this race with all the action that already happened. But now you can see kind of what we're talking about. Those engines are put through a lot of trauma before you are able to get your eye on a white flag. So the big thing I got to be thinking for James, looks like he even has slowed off that pace just a little bit now that he's got a lot of distance. want to manage your resources here. We're only on the qualifier. We still got to go to the main event tomorrow, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. And what a main event it is going to be. The Pro-Am Runabout Open, always fast and furious. I'm taking a look out there. I'm looking for other boats that aren't out there right now. I still see Bushel, Alfadel, Cameron Frame, and Claude Clayton. Everybody else is done. We started with 8. We're down to 4.
Yep, Erminio and Tosca having to leave the field.
Well, I'm sure that we got some of James's friends listening in over there at the UK, and one of his training partners over there, I'd like to give him a big shout out, Brad Rickaby, who was hanging out with us over there in the UK in Doncaster.
Yeah, now that was a young gun that came over to this side of the pond and walked away with some world titles as well. His first year over to the world. Pretty impressive.
He is quick, fast, too. He's actually leading, or he was leading when I left the JSRA tour over there over Bushel.
Oh, wow. Big shout out, actually, to Brad. He was a lot of fun.
Well, you're looking at Bushel right now out there, top left-hand side of the track, coming in off of that sweeper, and he'll opt to go to the inside. We'll find some clean water, and just a very smart rider is Bushel, you know.
Man, I got to say, Mike, I just noticed something crazy here. I noticed Bushel coming out of the splits, and as I looked up, it was Abdullah Alfadel just finishing the front stretch. How crazy would that be if Bushel actually got close enough to lap Abdullah Alfadel?
I think that would be the first time this season that happened.
Well, yeah. Whew.
Pro-Am Ski GP, you should be in the gate. Pro-Am Ski GP, you should be in the gate. Final race of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope everybody's had a wonderful day here at Sugden Regional Park. I know we have up here on the Broward Motorsports Tower of Power.
Yeah, we've had a great this afternoon. I've got to tell you, we also have got some wristbands to give away coming up next as we get ready for our qualifier in the Pro Ski GP class. Special thanks to James Wilson for helping us give away some of these wristbands. So, again, we love those guys. They're a lot of fun. Great to have them back.
Show enough.
Congratulations on your little baby, by the way, to Jimmy Wilson.
Yeah, well, Bushel on the same straightaway as Alfadel, that front straightaway, and we've got less than 2 minutes to go. You think Bushel's going to go ahead and just save some of the engine right now? You can hear him just burping the throttle over here on the right-hand side. That boat there, just over, I believe, 500 horsepower.
My jaw just dropped.
Right, exactly.
Well, I tell you what, one of the few riders that I could see that probably catch Bushel right now would be Georgi Kasha. I've never seen anybody accelerate from a dead engine start all the way at the end. There were 18 riders on the line in Pola for the NISA Poland Nationals, and he went from dead last and passed every single rider for an overall win. And Georgi Kasha, that is going to be quite the showdown.
Yeah, all he's got to do normally is hold together. He has a problem with blowing up.
True.
And you can see Alfadel goosing that throttle a little bit. He don't want to get lapped there by Bushel. Bushel will have lapped the entire field if he gets past Abdullah.
Yeah, I saw Abdullah just look back. I wondered when he was going to notice.
Well, he might not have a choice. We are 1 minute plus a lap to go. Once again, Pro-Am Ski GP, you should be in the gate. Pro-Am Ski GP, you should be in the gate. A lot of great riders coming up in this next one. Those of you folks that are listening in at home, and obviously hats off to James Bushel, who is just putting on a clinic here in this Pro-Am Runabout Open class. Has lapped all the way to second place right now, and looks like he just might get by second place.
Yeah, gentlemen, again, a four-time world champion, multiple national champion, and Abdullah Alfadel was like, no way. He's actually going to move over for him.
Well, hey, that's when you get a blue flag, that's what you do.
All righty.
So James Bushel has lapped the entire pack, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Lord James, the Duke of Cambridge, James Bushell, taking a win.
Second place, Abdullah Alfadel, your three-time national champion. Third's going to be 114, Claude Clayton.
And Don Dawson, just look down here at the beach. It is packed here for this Pro Ski GP class. And I can remember just about 15 years ago, they said the ski class was going away. It was going to be dying, and we said no way. We would make everybody in the stands and everybody around stand up for the stand-ups, baby. Stand up for that ski class.
Right on, Mike. Well, I got some wristbands to give away from Judge Motorsports, Jimmy Wilson, boat number 300. You guys want a wristband as we get ready? Got some wristbands up here if you guys want some.
Yeah, you folks over here at the stands, you guys want some free wristbands? Some Jam Racing wristbands? Oh, I'm over here. There we go. Free wristbands from the Tower of Power. There we go. There we go. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you, buddy. How are you doing, Shayna? What's going on? Oh, yeah, we got the whole Polish crew is here. I love it. Yeah, Team Poland is down here right to our left, Don Dawson. Thank you guys for coming out. Thanks for hanging out, boys and girls. Final race of the day, Don. Here we go. Pro Ski GP. And you know what? Just for this one, I'm going to have a Shark energy drink.
Oh, dear. So about 20 minutes from now, we're going to be having the boat demonstration, wake boat demonstration for the pro freestylers. So you guys might want to hang around for that. It's going to be a great camera opportunity. It's their opportunity to practice with the wake boat for tomorrow. Meanwhile, down on the line, Mike, out of Liberty Lake, Washington, sponsored by Commander, Rockstar, Burn Industries, boat number 24, Derek Helm. And sponsored by Monster, Mac Racing, Bullet Racing, Jet Pilot, Liquid Militia, Scat Track, Jet Trim, and ADA Racing. Boat number 30, it's the Mac Attack, Chris McCluggage.
Boat number 51 comes to us from Miramar, Florida. Riding for Broward Motorsports, TMR Exotic Signs, Wet Spot Racing, Whamilton's, and Fox. That is David Speedy Cabrera.
Out of Mims, Florida, sponsored by KC Whitetails, Novatech, and Exotic Signs, Jet Pilot, and TDR. Boat number 7.